What's going on YouTube? Welcome back. Today with again the CREST CRT track, and today's machine will be FriendZone. So in FriendZone we're going to spawn the IP address, and first we start nmap scan. So I have gathered all of the output of this walkthrough in these terminals, as you can see here. So as you can see, first we run nmap scan using the switch-a. We have several open ports. 21 FTP, it doesn't allow anonymous access. 22 for SSH, 53 for DNS. It means that there is a DNS server running on the machine, which means we can enumerate the DNS name. We can use NS lookup, dig. We can also perform zone transfer. Also have web server running on port 80 and also port 443, which means we have HTTPS. We have SMB shares on port 139. 445, the same, and that's it. So where do we start? So what I did first, I started with the very first thing. I browsed to the main IP address of the machine. So first we have on port HTTPS, and you can also browse on port 80. The first thing that you will see, have ever been friend zoned? If yes, try to get out of this zone. Call this number, email us at info@friendzoneportal.red. So take a look at this domain, friendzoneportal.red, right? And if you go to the if you browse the HTTPS version, you will see 404 error not found. So of course, before browsing to this, you're going to receive this error. So I'm gonna reset this. Okay. So when first browsing over HTTPS, you're going to receive this warning. Click on Advanced. View certificates. We view certificates because it contains and holds sometimes valuable information about the target. So we click View certificate, and we see information here. Among the information we have is the domain friendzone.red. So we have friendzone.red, and we have friendzoneportal.red. So what you are going to do here, you're going to accept the warning, right? No, I didn't accept the warning, I see. Let's browse more time, advanced, accept. It's not gonna make a difference if I accept it or not. Most importantly is to view the information in the certificate. We go back here. I added the friendzone portal and friendzone.red in the etc host file. Since we know there are SMB shares running on the machine, we started SMB map-h to enumerate the shares on the machine. As you can see, we have these shares: print, files, general, development. Now we are interested in having access to those shares whose permissions are read-only or read-write. Okay, so we start with the general. This is read-only. Inside the general share, use SMB client-n to get access to the share. Of course, this is unauthenticated access, unauthenticated login. There is no login challenge, so you can log in. And there is this file, credentials. Now, if you get the credentials with the command get creds, it will be transferred to my local machine, and I have it here under desktop. Okay, so if I display the contents of the creds file using cat, I have admin and I have this password. These are working credentials, but yet I cannot use them. You may be telling me you can use them with SSH, but they're not gonna work. It didn't work. Alright, so far we enumerated the shares. Another share we have is development, which is read-write. Now if you go to development here and log into this share, SMB client-n, the name of the share, it is empty. But the job of this share is to actually be able to write on this share. So read-write. So no important contents here. But as I told you guys, the remarkable thing about this share is our ability to write. So it will come handy later down the road. So we're finished with port 445 at SMB share, and we enumerated port 80, nothing in there. And don't forget also we have to enumerate port 443, which happens to be the HTTPS version. Okay, so We can run directory search on the HTTPS version and the HTTP version, but unfortunately there are no sensible directories you're going to discover. So I shifted the focus to enumerating the DNS server. So you can perform DNS lookup dig, but we are more interested in finding the subdomains. That's why we enumerate using zone transfers. So if I search here DNS, you can perform DNS lookup dig to show the DNS records. Sometimes DNS records hold valuable information, especially in the text records. So we may be using dig or DNS lookup to reveal these records. In this challenge, we're not going to do that because it doesn't work. Now again, we also can enumerate the subdomains, emails, addresses, and hosts. Subdomains can be enumerated through several methods: DNS recon, sublister, FFUF. Also using the certificate, logs, GoBuster, and performing zone transfer. The challenge in today's machine focuses much on zone transfer. So if we perform zone transfer using this command, we will be able to get the subdomains. So let's scroll down. So host-t, AXFR, the domain name, and the IP address associated with the domain name. As you can see, we get a response similar to the response we get when we run dig. But as you can see, we get the subdomains, administrator1, uploads, HR. We're going to add these to the host file again. Alright. So after I have discovered these, we can go to administrator. Let's log out from here. Oh, okay. I think I have to, this is connected to the reverse shell. I have to rerun this here. As you can see, when we browse to administrator1, it's a login form. Remember that we have uncovered credentials here, admin and this. So if we supply this credentials a login box, we'll be able to log in here. Okay. All right. So let's supply them. Now it says login done, visit dashboard. Let's visit the dashboard. Upon visiting the dashboard, as you can see, we read the statement we are dealing with a beginner PHP developer and the application is not tested yet. Image name parameter is missed. Please enter it to show the image. So we have these parameters: image ID equal the name of the image and page name, which loads the page itself. So if we take these and supply them as part of the request, we get this. Something went wrong. The script includes wrong parameter. Final access timestamp. So this is the output when we view or when you run this file, timestamp. Now basically, as you can see, it says page name, and this is timestamp, and this is the output. So this is much more likely it's loading a file, a PHP file. But as you can see, it's not appending the extension because the extension is added automatically. So here, by looking at the URL structure, we can perform local file inclusion. So by saying local file inclusion, we can load files in the sensitive files in the system, such as etc password, other PHP files. But the thing is here, the page name parameter is appending a PHP extension to the page name to be able to load the contents. So we're not going to be able to load etc password, for example, because it's going to complain that the file is not existent due to the fact that the parameter is appending PHP to the file name, and the password, the etc password, doesn't have PHP extension. So we're not going to be able to do that. So here, most likely we have local file inclusion vulnerability. How can we take advantage of this? Let's go back and correlate the findings. So here we have this share to which we can write files, or we can upload files. What if we upload a reverse shell here? That's what I did. I logged into the share and I uploaded a reverse shell. It's typical PHP reverse shell. Okay. Now, having done this, what I want to do, I want to trigger this shell. Now, this file is now local file on the target machine. It's stored under development share. If I can trigger this file or call this file by browsing to the location where development share exists on the system, I can call it in the parameter by the parameter here. So what do we have to do? We have to reveal the location of the share on the file system. To do that, we need to reveal the location of all the shares, the paths, directory paths of the shares. So to do that, we run nmap scan, but we're gonna use the nmap scripting engine and specify smb enumerate shares script. Of course, it's the port 445. As you can see, with every share, we have the path. So the path to development is etc development. Again, the path file, the shared files, this is the path to the shared files, etc whole. So now we know the path. So it is etc development. So if you go back here and say etc development, and given that you have uploaded the reverse shell on the share, you're going to be able to call this file, as I did here. As you can see, I called this file, which is my reverse shell. I triggered it, and I received the first shell. That was the first shell I received by listening on port 445. All right. So then I stabilized the shell, and then I listed the contents of the current directory. I cd to var www, and then I found this file, mysqldata.conf. So this seems to be configuration for MySQL Server, but the developer made the mistake putting this file in the root directory of the website, which means anyone who is able to enumerate the files on the machine or on the web server, or be able to access or have a shell, they'll be able to review the file, and then they'll be able to view the contents. So we have db user friend, and we have this password. Now, how can we use these? We have one use case, which is SSH server. So I SSH to the machine using the friend user and supplied the password I have discovered in the MySQL data conf. Okay, now I have SSH access. I can, as you can see here, I can display the contents of the user flag. And the last step will be the privileged escalation. So there are multiple methods to privilege escalation, guys. You can upload limpies, you can upload Linux exploit suggester if you have interpreter shell, right? This time we uploaded pspy64, which is a tool to list all of the processes, the cron jobs, even if they are run by root without restrictions. So what I did, I downloaded the pspy64 to my local machine. I have it on my local machine already. So I downloaded it from my local machine by spawning or running a web server. This is where it starts. So from here, wget for my machine, pspy64, because the machine is 64-bit, and I give the program executable permissions to run. I run the program, and if you scroll down to the findings, you see this, everything with UID 0 is run by root. I see this weird script located under user bin python. Oh no, located under opt server underscore admin reporter. It is run by the user root. Again, I have it here. Same way. So if we're able to pin down what this script is doing, we can perform privileged escalation. So let's do that. So cat that's the script. So it imports the US module and specifies recipient address and sender address. Print trying to send email to address. So basically it's a sender script to send an email. Command mail sent to admin from -SSL port 465. So as you can see, it's trying to send an email from a specified sender and recipient. And lastly, it spawns os.system command. So because it imported the OS module. So what it all does here, it just imports the OS module in Python and spawn the os.system. So what can we do here? So what can we do here? Since this is the only functionality in the script, we need to find a way to manipulate the os.py. If you scroll up, if we go to user lib python 2.7, we can locate the file responsible for the OS module or library. So what you have to do, you have to edit this file. Let's do that one more time and I'll tell you what I did. So I edited this file, and at the very end of the file I added a netcut reversal. So when the OS library or the OS module is called in the script, it will perform what's supposed to perform or what's supposed to do, but at the very end it will call my netcut reversal that I added at the end. I'm trying to scroll all the way down with one click, but it doesn't work on my keyboard. Sorry guys, I have to, yeah. So that's it. At the very end of the script, don't forget to put your IP address, local IP address, and the other listening port. Having done that, don't forget that this will work because this is a cron job and it's run by root. So everything that is executed inside the script is executed by root. That's why when I run the listener here on 4546, after a while I receive the shell as root. So guys, that was it. I hope you liked that, and I will see you in the next video.